A gang war gunman is facing years in jail for firing shots at a home linked to a close pal of Edinburgh drugs kingpin Mark Richardson. Nicky Robertson, who's 39, was filmed by a mystery accomplice as he blasted 3 bullets at the property as part of a turf war that kicked off back in March. Horrifying images emerged at the time, showing a masked shooter firing off 3 rounds in an early morning assault. Robertson was later arrested by police as part of their ongoing Operation Portalage crackdown on the ongoing violence. Robertson, previously caged for trying to murder a Hibs fan with a shotgun, admitted his role in the carnage when he appeared via video link at the High Court in Edinburgh, making him the third hood caged in connection with the chaos. The home he targeted is the home of Paddy Beatson, a long-term friend of capital mob boss Richardson. Associates of the kingpin have been targeted by hoods loyal to Ross Miami McGill, who ordered revenge attacks on rivals from his former Dubai bolt hole. Robertson, a prisoner at Edinburgh jail, admitted using a Glock pistol to culpably and recklessly shoot 3 rounds through the ground floor window in Niddry Marshall Crescent in Edinburgh on the 20th of March this year. He also admitted being in possession of the prohibited weapon between February the 24th and April the 14th at 2 addresses in South Queensferry and in the West Pilton Street, where he pulled the trigger. Advocate Deputy John Keenan told the court Robertson was arrested in connection with Police Scotland's ongoing investigation around the well-reported dispute between organised crime groups in Edinburgh. He said the house shot at was occupied by an individual called Patrick Beatson, who was home alone at the time of the incident. Police were called to the scene after a neighbour dialed 999 after hearing 3 loud bangs. CCTV played in court, showing the Scottish Sun's exclusive video of the shooting, which was included in a report at the time. Another video film from a nearby property showed Robertson arriving in a white BMW before shots were heard and the car was seen leaving. It was later found burned out. Detectives later found the gun at Robertson's home, hidden under a sofa in a black bin bag. He made no comment when interviewed. Mark Stewart, KC defending, said his client's acceptance of guilt was immediate, and he said the circumstances were related to a former friendship that went wrong. He added he escalated matters beyond what was acceptable. Robertson further pleaded guilty to having the gun and ammo after having been sentenced to 10 years in 2007 for another shooting. He was jailed in July that year for targeting a football fan who was celebrating his team's cup victory in the capital. The then 20-year-old admitted attempting to murder Hibs fan Jamie Ewart with a sawn-off shotgun. He fired the weapon outside the city's Clermiston Inn shortly after Mr Ewart had returned from watching the Easter Road Club win the CIS Cup final at Hampden Park. Robertson told cops he paid £300 to a guy in Glasgow for the firearm and 10 cartridges. But he returned to his criminal ways after his latest release and got involved in a turf war that's been plaguing Scotland for 9 months, leading to 62 arrests so far. Robertson's crime was among the first in a wave of firebomb attacks, shootings and murder bids aimed at Richardson's associates and later members of Glasgow's notorious Daniel clan, bitter enemies of the city's Lions crew. Earlier this week we told how turf war thug Aaron Reid was locked up for fracturing the skull of David McMillan, another of Richardson's pals. CCTV footage played at the High Court showed McMillan leave his property in Greenbank and approach 3 machete thugs before dropping to his knees as they swiped at him. Advocate Deputy David Dixon KC said he told his attackers, "You're going to kill me." Reid admitted repeatedly striking his victim to severe injury, permanent disfigurement and danger to life. He also pleaded guilty to recklessly firing a revolver at a property in the capital's Inch on the 12th of June. Jailing him for 8 years and 4 months, Lord Scott said, "Extreme acts of planned, targeted and wanton violence in Scotland simply will not be tolerated." McMillan's house was later torched in April on the 6th anniversary of the murder of his T2 trainspotting star pal Bradley Welsh. Last month, Liam McDermott from Edinburgh was jailed for 6 years after admitting he used a metal detector in a bid to find a stashed handgun and ammunition. Ex-Rangers Ultras leader Ross Miami McGill of East Kilbride was arrested in Dubai in October before being freed and booted out. His whereabouts are unclear. Detective Chief Superintendent Dave Ferry has warned hoods, "You will be brought to justice," while Judge Lord Weir adjourned sentencing Robertson until January to allow for the preparation of a background report.